supposed to do? You said wait a little bit for me to say anything, or what?
Yeah, just wait a little bit. Just wait it out. I got something kind of planned as far as editing goes.
I'm just... Oh, so are you gonna edit this one?
No, I'm just gonna, like...
Since when do you think it's okay to, like, order me around with editing?
Oh
my God, we're gonna die! Ah!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Car Ride Convos Podcast, the only podcast that can be mistaken for Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is podcast number 10.
Yeah, it is. Woo!
Number 10. Wow. You know what?
Wow.
And guess who dropped the ball? Car Ride Convos Podcast dropped the ball. We have nothing planned for this, really.
Really? Like, this is just flying blind, pretty much.
I mean, we're running with some rants and raves today, and that's like is like our world-renowned segment. I mean, people are taking it. I mean, it's crazy, the reaction. They're talking, I mean, there are I don't know, they might take it away. There are whispers of possible Emmys, but...
What?
I know, it's kind of a big deal, but...
This is bad.
So yeah. Podcast number 10. We are driving somewhere really cool, though. We're going to Providence, Rhode Island. I don't know, maybe we could turn this into a travel podcast and just slap the name of Providence, Rhode Island. Maybe.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Who knows? But I feel like this is pretty exciting because I don't know about you, but I was super deprived as a kid, and we get to go see... I can't even whistle.
What?
Don't you know their song?
No.
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah. Okay, it sounds like the carpet cleaner song or whatever. Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me? Does anybody else
know I know what it is, but it doesn't sound anything like that.
I can't whistle. That was the problem.
No, but even you singing, and you're a good singer, and that didn't work.
Isn't that how it goes? It goes... Are you kidding?
That doesn't ring a bell whatsoever.
Maybe I'm totally off base.
Or it could be off key. Could do that. You know, you never know. That could be confusing.
I don't think that's the thing. Anyway, the whole point of this is that I was deprived. I always wanted to see them as a kid.
Too.
Ryan's mom happened to buy these tickets for him for his birthday.
Yep, for my 27th birthday.
Yes. So we are going to go see the Harlem Globetrotters.
I know, I'm so excited.
And neither one of us has ever seen them.
I know. I really hope the Generals don't win, you know? If they do, I'll be really sad.
And I didn't know that it was like just a repetitive... I thought they played like fake real teams, but the Generals, like they only play the Generals.
And they're like a fake team.
Right, which is also fake. But I thought like they played like, they're playing the LA Lakers, but it wasn't really... No, not really the Lakers, but I'm saying I thought they portrayed fake
they're not an NBA, like, they're not owned by the NBA or anything like that, so they don't have the rights to
I see.
those teams.
That makes sense. Got it.
No, it's fine, dude, it's fine.
So we're pretty pumped, though.
Yeah, I never got to see them as a kid either. That's just how it goes.
I just remember seeing the commercials all the time and then being like, the Harlem Globetrotters are in town, and I was always like,
oh my god, that'd be so cool to see, like all their tricks.
I'd be like, Mom, Dad, can we go to this? And they're like, oh yeah. And then like, just nothing.
I also never got to go to Medieval Times, and I just heard a commercial for that on the radio when I was listening to Pandora, and I was realizing that I was also deprived in that sense.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yep. And there was one relatively close to us.
Yeah.
Maybe like 45 minutes or so out of the way. I just remember driving past it whenever we would like go into the city, into Chicago. And it's like literally a castle, and just being like, man, I feel like only rich kids get to go there. I had a very weird concept of like...
money.
Yeah, like I remember back in the day, I used to think, you know those big tubs of ice cream, like that have like the, like a plastic tub?
Yeah.
I used to think those were super expensive.
Oh, some of the cheapest ice cream.
I know.
Yeah.
But I used to think that they were really expensive because we never bought them, and I thought that it was because they were expensive. But it was more so because who has room for a huge bucket of ice cream?
We used to.
Yeah, I mean... We were those people, we didn't have, like, the double freezer thing. I feel like that's very Midwest, and also South, because you keep, like, you know, half a deer in your freezer at all times. But the Midwest, I feel like that's pretty Midwest. Like, you have, like, a ton of, like, party snacks for birthdays.
This is really turning into Vice City. I'm getting chased by cops all over the place.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, but I feel like everybody I knew growing up had a freezer in their garage or their basement that had, like, frozen pizzas, bagel bites, Tostitos pizza rolls, you know, and these buckets of ice cream. And I always wanted a bucket of ice cream because I've always loved ice cream, and who doesn't want a whole bucket? And that's why I thought we never had one.
No, yeah, I could see, it's big. I could see how you misconstrued that.
Yeah, I guess, like, you know, bigger, more expensive. Yeah. I don't know.
But it turns out Ben & Jerry's, the tiniest ice cream, is the most expensive.
Right. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Reality check.
That's
that
funny.
Sucks.
Yeah, the medieval times thing, though, is interesting because we used to have these things for birthdays where, be like, you get to go on a date with so-and-so. And with my mom. And I'd be like, okay, sweet. And it's like, only you get to go. And a lot of times I'd be like, I was such a sucker in the Midwest for seafood. I would be like, Mom, let's go get some seafood. That sounds amazing. It's like a delicacy in the...
Where did you go? Like
Red Lobster. Nothing special. Decently sourced, but not great. And as far as dates go, I remember one being very memorable. I think it was around February-ish, because my birthday is late February, so this was around, like, early March, I should say. I misspoke earlier. I believe Sam Raimi's first ever Spider-Man movie came out. The really good one, like the really good Spider-Man movie. And I was like, Mom, I want to go see that. And my mom loved Spider-Man. She loved, like, the whole, like, with great power comes great responsibility. She thought that was very important for us as kids to learn that. I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, it's, like, true, but I also can't web sling, so...
Jesus, that could have been a nightmare.
You know, that was fine. So, yeah, so I wanted to go to, not medieval times, but a lot of my family was like, I want to go to medieval times. I want to go to medieval times. And, like, eventually it got to my turn. I was like, man, I think it's my turn to go to medieval times. Like, this is, like, gonna happen. And I think it was in that weird sort of age where your parents start to not really, you know, care about your birthday and stuff like that. And like, I was like, oh yeah, let's go, Mom, let's use our day, let's go to medieval times. And she's like, oh yeah, totally. And I don't know if I maybe never asked her, maybe I'm just making it up in my head, or it just never, or she just forgot, whatever it is. I was like one of the only ones in the family who never ended up going to, because I mean, like, we couldn't afford to take all 5 of us or anything like that. So it was only like an individual thing, and it happened, you know, whatever. But it was
Wait, so what did the rest of your siblings do when that one person was out on a date with your mom for their birthday? They just stayed home?
Yeah. We would stay home and watch old Godzilla movies, like Godzilla versus Rodan, or like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, or like Godzilla versus Ghidorah and stuff like that.
Now let's have it, Steve. What about this monster story of yours?
Well, it's big and terrible.
Oh, wow.
We were like the most unintentional weeb children ever. So we had this deal for a long time before, like, also, like, you know, family time was important. So every week, every Monday was family night. And she's like, you guys can go to You guys can go to Walmart and pick out a pizza, or we can order pizza. Mm-hmm. And she would always like cross her fingers that we didn't order pizza because it was really expensive. Most of the time we didn't because we loved cardboard pizza.
Oh yeah.
Like we loved eating that stuff. And then we discovered like expensive frozen pizza, like Roadhouse, Home Run Inn, I guess is like a thing in the Midwest. And that was like,
sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was really good. Maybe, I think eating it now I wouldn't like it, but I think it just tasted different, so it was good. But she's like, yeah, you can get a pizza, and you can get a $2 or a $2 or $3 VHS, whatever it was. And that's what we do for our family night. And we were unintentionally weeb children because we would come up and be like, Mom, they have Godzilla versus Mothra. And it's like, she'd be like, sweet, what is wrong with you guys? And like, she wouldn't say anything, but she's like, yeah, let's watch it. If there's anything bad in it, we're gonna fast forward. Like anything inappropriate, there rarely ever was. But we had like four or five different Godzilla movies. We're talking like English dubbed, like their mouths move, really long delay, then the English is inserted with a voiceover.
Those are the best.
Oh, they were so good. They were so good. And we were such weebs.
Wow.
Which didn't change much when we became like young adult, like preteens, because we just jumped on the whole like Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z, Toonami. You know, Toonami is still going on to this day. Cowboy Bebop. Oh, I still watch Cowboy Bebop. That stuff is hot. So hot. But yeah, unintentionally a weeb child. But yeah, we would stay at home whenever everybody was out on dates and stuff. And
that's funny.
We would just like you guys want to watch like Homeward Bound or like, you know.
See, I feel like when we were younger, you know, up until a certain age, I think this is true for probably everybody. Like, every birthday is a big deal until then it's like, okay, you're 10 now or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, then, with my family, for example, then it was kind of only like milestones. Like, from 10, and then 13 was a big deal, and then usually 16, 18 if you even care anymore, which I don't think we did. You'd have, like, you know, a few of your best friends over just to hang out, whatever.
Mr. Earl, happy birthday, Grace. Thank you.
But I'm kind of confused by how many people, because I do not feel like this was a thing. I mean, how many people seem to throw like relatively big parties for like 1-year-olds? And maybe it's more for the parents because there's a lot of like people nowadays, I feel like, have kids at a younger age maybe, and maybe that's not true at all, and they just want to have a party with like their friends, which I can kind of get. But
I would believe that for a second. And I've been to multiple 1-year-olds' birthday party. I'm really hot in the 1-year-old community, you know.
That
kind of a big deal.
That does not sound
good. It sounds either it's really bad or I'm some sort of performing clown or something. And be like, oh, that's what he does.
That also is weird.
Are performing clowns, like, is that frowned upon nowadays?
Hasn't it always been frowned upon?
Did John Wayne Gacy ruin that for everybody?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. As Midwestern Chicago, greater Chicago area people,
right?
John Wayne Gacy's kind of a hero.
And then it came out.
And then
everybody hates clowns.
Everybody hates clowns. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Stephen King.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Nunn Bush Shoe Company, and you know, John Wayne Gacy. That's an inside. Okay. That's an inside John Wayne Gacy joke. I don't know many people would know.
Deep into the
lore of John Wayne Gacy.
To the serial killer.
Suffragist Stevens has a whole song about John Wayne Gacy.
God, really?
Yeah. Dude, us Midwesterners, we love so the serial killer John Wayne Gacy stuff, man. It's crazy.
It's weird. It's like we're corn and serial killers.
Yeah.
And medieval times and frozen pizzas.
And dude, I don't know, if you really reduce what Midwesterners are, it's pretty pitiful, but I love it. Like, I wouldn't change it. Like, I really don't. I kind of miss the Midwest. Like, living there, obviously, I think everybody to some degree a little bit hates where they came from because it's just kind of like boring. I know this place. It's everywhere else has got to be better than this. So like that is what you know. Like it's all familiar. That's, you know, whatever.
I'm sure the same of people who probably grew up in New York City. I'm sure they still, you still love little bits and pieces of it. But I'm sure that maybe you wouldn't want to move to the Midwest. I mean, Illinois isn't exactly exciting.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, like now living out here in the Northeast, which I do love, when I go home, especially like in the spring and summer, when like you just have like those straight roads and all you see is cornfields and just all the green around you, like I miss that. I miss like just long drives. Remember in high school, you and I would just like go out at like 1 a.m. and just go for a drive and like park on some random road in the middle of nowhere by a cornfield and just hang out and talk and listen to music. Like
hang out.
Okay.
No, I completely agree about that. But I could not live in the Midwest. I really miss it, and I'm actually going back here pretty soon, and I'm excited for that. But like living in even the big cities like Chicago, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, I guess maybe we could count St. Louis, I guess. I don't know. Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. Those places are great, but I really get tired of them really quick. And it's like it's for a couple of them, it's solely the people that flock to those cities. Those people are so weird, and like they're not like, I don't know, Boston City people and New York City people. They're like their own thing, and I'm cool with that. But it's like something about, I don't know, something.
But I feel like every area of the country has their own degree of like trashy people. It's just a different.
Well, it's not exactly trashy. That I'm almost thinking about like the surprising amount of trust fund kids that I used to run into in Chicago, and I'm like, are you serious? Another one
really?
of you? How many? It's so weird, and it does not seem like the city like that would draw that, but it's like the circles that I was around. I just like I ran into a lot of people that I was like, I would not care. I would really not care to meet you again. Like that just sounds, I don't know. There's some people that I was just like, you're a terrible person.
I feel like I don't know as many people who came from like broken families growing up around here. Like if anything, later on in life, like when they're in their like 20s or 30s, then their parents get a divorce.
That's like a northeastern cliche. 100%. After the kids go off to their Ivy League schools and stuff like that,
then they get divorced.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Like glasses.
They're here.
Oh no.
You had 2 pair up there.
I know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I probably wouldn't want to live in the Midwest again.
Yeah.
With the mentality of kind of where I want my life and our lives to go now. But when I think about like if what I wanted was to, work part-time or be a stay-at-home mom and us have like, 2 or 3 kids, I kind of would rather be in the Midwest because I liked growing up in the Midwest. I liked
as a kid.
As a kid, yeah.
Remember everything that happened as a kid was cool though.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, if I really was going to take it there, like just the suburbs of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Well, for one, they're definitely more like reasonably priced if you wanted to buy a house or something.
Yeah.
Not nearly as bad as here. I mean, forget it. This is not exactly the easiest place to like get started as a family or like as young people.
Seriously.
But
Seriously.
So yeah, I think like I wouldn't hate it if we moved back for like certain reasons. But I also wouldn't want to be, there was a time when we were really broke when we lived in Alabama for a few years, and there was, talk at some points of like maybe we should just move back home.
Yeah.
So I think if it was like forced, like it was like a sense of defeat, like I can't make it anywhere else and then I have to go back to the Midwest, then I would have a horrible taste in my mouth. But if I went back by choice to, be like, oh, well, I kind of just want my kids to grow up where I grew up, like that would be fine. I guess it's the terms in which you go back to your hometown, maybe.
There are some places, I feel like pockets in the Midwest that I feel like are really great places. I've been to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I love it there. you know, a little too rural, but Southern Illinois is very interesting and fun. Like, but it is, you know, a farming community, and there's not a lot. There's a lot of land and not a lot of people. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Still not terrible.
Yeah.
Minnesota, super underrated state. Very fun place. I was kicking Minneapolis earlier. Twin Cities are pretty dope. They're not bad. Not a huge fan of like the traffic that the Mall of America brings, you know? Like,
oh yeah.
That's kind of
that would probably get old.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, there's some interesting pockets around there that I'm like, okay, I could do it here. And the thing is it's affordable living. Like, you could actually live there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even like, I'm the type of person where it's like an affordable house. It's not because I'm wealthy. I've always thought this. An affordable house is $400,000 or under. Like, that's just like the cap.
Wow,
right?
really?
Yeah.
That's what your
100%.
Bar is?
Yeah, and around here, you can't get something under a half.
I have always thought that an affordable house would be $150,000 to $200,000.
Whoa!
That's what I like.
That's like the cheap end, man. That's like
I know.
That's what my parents bought their shack
I'm not
for.
saying now. I'm saying a good majority of my life.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Because, I mean, I think that was kind of like the price range of like when we were growing up or when we moved. That was kind of, and I don't know how much our houses were, but I'm pretty sure it was in that range. So that was an affordable house. And like we were, you know, middle class, but and our houses were we never lived in like a nasty place. Like, I loved all the houses that I grew up in, but yeah, then like just looking around us, like the times that we've talked about at least not like maybe buying a house, but like at least looking to like rent a house, because you know, apartment living, for anybody who lives in an apartment, like it gets old. You're sick of like sharing walls or not being able to paint or not being able to, you know, fix things yourself or whatever. Having a landlord can be kind of a pain, but God, it is so expensive. Expensive to live out here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. And it's kind of discouraging because then, I mean, even in our situation now, like, probably, I mean, since we've been married, I think we were financially the most stable we've been so far. Mm-hmm. And still, it's like, no, you can't buy or have a nice place. I mean, we kind of got lucky where we are now, and there's still things about where we are now that are like really annoying.
Yep.
So
yeah, the problem with renting is there are definitely places out there where you can have a solid renting experience. It's like totally awesome. Those are rare and hard to come by. Every single place has its like, this is what sucks about this place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know, we've had 3 apartments though.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for like the one that's just like, this is dope. This is a good situation. This is a super good situation.
See, one of my favorite apartments was our first apartment in Alabama.
Yeah. I didn't
really like, you know, wasn't a huge fan of living in Alabama, but as far as the apartment goes, that's not
this
great.
This is so Vice City today. It's crazy. Arrests?
By you saying that and like putting that into like the atmosphere, something has changed.
Yeah.
Everybody's losing their minds.
That's
crazy.
So crazy. It's wild.
Oh my God, this is nuts.
People getting arrested on the side of the interstate. That's a pretty solid rant or rave, though. How expensive it is to live out here.
Oh,
kind of sucks.
Yes, it kind of sucks. And it's like, the thing is, even if you look in, this isn't even just like in Boston. We're talking like suburbs and further suburbs of like further western Massachusetts even.
Yeah.
It is hard to find.
And people are like, oh, suburbs, like 30 minutes out.
It's like,
no. Like an hour.
Yeah, plus,
like an hour
plus
probably.
out. I mean, we live in like we're renting, like we have said, I'm sure before, but some of the houses, like shoebox houses that aren't even exactly like, you know, move-in ready. Like, you would have to fix up, like, update a lot of stuff. All these houses are older than dirt because it's New England. I mean, you get a shoebox for one, so they're not huge. It's not updated, so you're going to have to put some type of work into, like, taking out the carpets, you know, replacing the appliances, something. And you're still going to pay, like, $500,000. I mean, like, no joke. Like, there are houses in our neighborhood that are exactly those prices and higher. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
If you find something that's under $500,000 in, you know, the Boston, greater Boston area, it comes complete with, like, a whole, like, used syringe kit. I mean, it's just like...
Or a homeless guy living there still, because I just heard that story at work.
Yeah, you'll get complimentary homeless people.
There's a squatter, you know, no big deal.
They're like, oh yeah, like, it's like $380,000, but you're gonna have to fight the squatter in the house to get him out. You're gonna have to, like, pee all over the house to mark your territory, or he will be back.
So, I mean...
it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. But I do like it here, though. I like it a lot more than I thought. But I am that type of person that kind of wants to, like, branch it out a bit. You know, like, go, like, get outside my comfort zone, you know? Like, and that takes me, like, oh, well, what about the West Coast? And it's like, but you hate Los Angeles, Ryan. You hate it. You've been there multiple times, and you hate it. And it's like, yeah, but, you know... Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need to, like, you know, maybe that's how self-deprecated I am. I just really need to, like, put myself in that situation and, like, maybe just squeeze a lot of the good creative juices out of me if I start hating myself in the way where that I live more, you know?
All right, I think that's getting a little overboard.
I had some good creative experiences in Alabama, and it was a struggle, so that's probably telling. That's probably very telling of the situation, you know?
Yeah.
I had a lot of breakthroughs in my life there, so I don't know.
I mean, I definitely would say to people, like, it's so scary to move away from your hometown, for sure. But I definitely think that it is so empowering to do it. Like, you can, especially if you have some, I mean, it's obviously, I'm sure, way easier to move when you're with a significant other, or you have a friend or something, or, you know, a sibling, whatever.
Yeah.
Some type of support system that's going with you. But, oh my gosh, it gets a little addicting. Once you kind of move away, like, the first couple months are hard because you are in a totally foreign place, especially if, I mean, we didn't really know anybody in Alabama. We had, like, his cousins that lived 45 minutes, an hour away-ish. So we at least had someone to, like, kind of hang out and reconnect with on the weekends. But we were starting over, like, totally on our own. And, I mean, Alabama isn't exactly like, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump to Illinois. I mean, it was a pretty far drive. I think like 15, 16 hours away.
I think it was more like
12. Okay.
I think 15 and 16 is here, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
Something like that.
Fair enough, but still, it wasn't like you couldn't drive there on the weekends type of thing. It's far enough away that you were pretty secluded. But just the feeling of overcoming things on your own and, like, making decisions and making a life of your own, like, totally disconnected from what, you know, you kind of have grown up with as far as support systems like your parents or, you know, any immediate family. Like, it's kind of empowering, like, realizing, like, you can do it. Yep. Exactly. And you kind of have this bug that, I mean, I don't know if this is true for everybody, but I mean, for us, like, it kind of implanted this bug in us, like, oh my gosh, like, if we can survive here, like, let's try it somewhere else. And now let's go somewhere else. You almost want to, like, make yourself feel afraid in like a fish out of water. Yeah, it kind of is fun. Because you want to, like, it's got that sort of, like, adrenaline junkie kind of thing. Yeah. And I feel like because we've done that, like, it's kind of like, I mean, this is a pretty crude reference, but it's kind of like cocaine. Like, the first time we did it, it was, like, exhilarating and, like, it was crazy. Just wanted to punch a wall. And then we did it again in Boston, and you would think Boston would be this huge, you know, scary place to move to. And it was different, but it just didn't have that edge that first move had, where you were like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Why did I do this? Like, this is so weird. I love that. And I think the only way
to get back to, like, the only way you and I could get to that place where we got really close to that is if we not just moved internationally, because we could handle an international move very easly, but moved internationally to somewhere where people don't speak English.
That would be a challenge.
That would be just as bad as Alabama, if not worse, which would make that just like so crazy. But I really don't mean.
Side note: we don't do cocaine. I just want to clarify that to everybody.
No. But it's just the science behind that.
I know.
You understand? Okay, gotcha.
I don't know how we got on this tangent of what we were talking about.
I don't know. No, we went multiple tangents.
I know.
It went all the way back from. We didn't even finish the conversation whenever I broke off, and I was going to say, like,
God.
they say 1-year-old birthday parties are for the parents, but, the ones I've been to, and I've been to a lot, there's never any booze, so, like, that's what I was going to say, and it's like all of a sudden we're just, like, totally down this tear of just...
Does anybody follow the stuff we say? Like, this is so confusing. We do this all the time.
We do this all the time.
God, we can't focus on anything.
We might be doing cocaine. Who knows?
Maybe.
Let's get into rants and raves, man.
Rants and raves.
We already had one. Housing. That's a rant. That's a rave. What do you got for me this week, Kristen?
This is a little bit on the topic of the whole 1-year-old birthday party thing, but
nice.
Again, hating on parents a little bit, but I just absolutely hate parents with strollers.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I cannot tell you how much I hate parents with strollers.
I know.
Like, I get it. If you have more than one child, having a stroller is kind of a necessity.
Yeah.
But the people that basically just, like, load up the stroller with, like, grocery bags and then have their random, terrible little rat child running around all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that video?
What's your name?
Andrew.
Well, I want somebody to hold me and wash my hands.
I think your mom's outside, bro. No. Can you just... All right.
Yep.
Like, that is just...
So funny.
God, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's more... And, like, the concept of strollers, especially in, like, public transportation. Like,
that context is infuriating.
Again, like, I don't have kids. I know that technically I'm not allowed to say anything, but we're also all allowed to have an opinion.
Technically, you're, like, not even a human because you're a woman.
That's right.
You're, like, barren, and it's like, you're just not even, you're worthless.
Right, exactly.
In the women community.
So, there's that. But, I mean, I've been on, a train at rush hour where people get on with a stroller. For one, like, maybe their kid's not even in it, and they're just running all over the place. Great. We'll fold that thing up so that you're not taking, like, 4 people's worth of space on the train. That would be helpful. I've also been on a train where a guy had a double stroller. He was there alone, didn't have a wife or any children. Again, rush hour, packed train, and he's standing there with his double stroller. But as soon as he has his stop to get off, he folds that thing up, and it's like 1/3 the size that it was on the mother effing train. And I was pissed. Like, it's just, people are inconsiderate with strollers, and they hit you with, like, they hit you in the ankles with the strollers, which drives me crazy, and they look at you like you're the one that's in the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And God forbid if you don't, like, help them move the stroller off of the train or help pick it up the stairs, you're like a bad person. It's like, it's not my problem that you had 3 kids.
If I've seen people who take strollers upstairs at, like, and there's, like, no kids in them, and they're just, like, huffing and puffing the entire time, and, like, I'm supposed to feel bad or something, and I'm like... And I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, am I supposed to feel, like, should you maybe have not bought that, maybe, or...
I mean, I guess
or
it's more...
brought it, or...
It's more of the mentality of the way that people look at you, like, you have to, like, help them out because they're a parent, or, we have to cater to parents because they have children, and it's like, we didn't all vote on this. Like, we didn't all decide that you should have kids. Like, that was on you. Like, we're just living in the world around you, but you're in the same world and you got to make it work just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
So when they look at you like, you know, God forbid you don't hold the door open for them, or just these looks. Like, yes, I don't go out of my way to be mean, or like, I will help people. I've helped people carry up their stroller up the stairs.
Oh, I never have. Never, not even
But
once.
I mean, not if they're giving you dirty looks, or, you know.
If they were to ask me, they'd be like, please, can I have a little more? I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just, I guess it's more of like this entitlement of like,
well, I have children. Yeah. I have children.
Yeah.
Great.
That is a great I love that complex. Like, I have, like, I'll say something in public that's foul, and someone would be like,
I have children.
and I was like, well, maybe they shouldn't be outside, you know?
No, maybe you shouldn't be allowed in this restaurant.
Start building your little biodome, you know, put them in there. Like, it's like, what do you want me to do? I mean, like, I'm just living, you realize your child has just as much personal freedom as I do, right? Like, I am basically your child now. No, it's just, and I crawl into their stroller and I'm like.
I mean, I guess the whole concept of this is more like, why do people that don't have children get like shit on? And again, yes, there's my swear of the podcast. But saying pooped on doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, I know. Being pooped on.
I'm being pooped on.
Don't poop on me.
Like, I mean, even like in a work environment, I've worked places where if there's someone that has to stay late, like people who have kids just automatically leave because they're like, well, I have kids. I have to get home to my kids.
Yeah.
And they look at me like, well, you're staying late, right? I mean, you don't have any kids.
You should be like, oh, well, you should have maybe gotten a different job. Like.
Also, I don't want to be here till 8 o'clock at night. Like, I have a life outside of work just because I don't have kids to go home to. Like, I don't want to work my life away. Like, screw you.
You're like, well, what are you going to do? And you're like, I'm going to watch The Resident and hate it, okay?
I'm going to do whatever I want. That's the thing.
It's just as important as your child.
It's my time. I think it's more of that concept. That it's like...
People don't treat you equally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, like,
people
I don't
talk
know.
about the wage gap between men and women. I'm telling you, man, what about the free time gap between people who have kids and people who don't?
Yes! Preach!
I'm gonna start a movement.
Start a movement.
I wish I was that passionate about movements, but I'm not. I don't really care. I just laugh at those people. I'm like, and I just think to myself, like, well, at the end of the day, their life is probably terrible. So, okay.
Well, and it's like that whole concept too. Like, God forbid a single person is like, oh God, I'm so tired. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time you say that in a room with someone who has a kid, they're like, well, wait till you have kids.
Yeah.
I'm a mom with 3 kids. Like, I don't ever get to sleep. So wait till you have kids.
Exactly.
I'm like, no, I don't want kids. But I'm tired and I'm allowed to be tired. So I just hate that. Like, why do you have to, everybody is one-ing up each other's misery. Like, when did that become the thing? Like, it's one thing to brag about stuff, and, like, those people are horrible, too.
Yeah.
But to one-up how miserable your life is and how much you hate yourself, why are we doing that? Because that sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's annoying.
I 100% agree. I don't know. But there is always been this, like, nuclear arms race of, like, who's, like, what sucks, like, whose life sucks more than, you know, the others, you know? It's just, like, never ends of this, like, one-upsmanship of just, like...
It's just garbage.
Oh, it's terrible. You know, I will tell you about the one monstrosity that I saw, and it has, like, scarred me to this day. I'm on the red line, right? Yeah. Going to school. And one day, this guy, his wife wasn't there. Who knows? Maybe his wife died during childbirth. Who knows? No sympathy still. Okay? Oh, but this guy comes in, and he's got not a double stroller, but a triple. One that I didn't even know existed, but it's not like stacked like this. It's like 2, and then there's like a bucket seat facing something weird. And I was like, that thing's huge. Jeez. Only one of the babies was in there.
Oh my God.
And the 2 other kids were tied to the stroller with leashes. Like, not dog leashes, but the ones they put cute little puppy ears and bear ears on it.
This is okay, because there's a small animal on it.
Yeah, they're like, look how cute slavery is. It's like, oh, yay.
Yes.
Okay, so I saw it, and I was just sitting there. I was just like, oh, my God. And I was just like, almost wanted to say, like, it's magnificent. And it's just like, it took up, like, an entire side of the subway car.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was crazy. So I'm gonna slip in my rant and rave because we're getting pretty close to getting there. I feel like because
slip it on in.
We're in Providence, kind of. We're in Providence, Rhode Island. It takes 5 seconds to get here.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a
true.
deal. Ooh, there goes our. We got Amazon stuff coming. That's probably in there. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, our apartment does not have a dishwasher. I hate it. I hate it.
That's a good one.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I don't know if I hate the apartment because of it, or I don't know if I hate the dishes because of it. Maybe I hate them both. I don't know. It's not fun. I don't like it. And it has been...
And it's mainly the utensil thing.
Oh, utensils. I have a whole bunch of utensils sitting at the bottom. And I gotta do that. Of the sink. I gotta do that this weekend. I gotta. But it's like, I just know that's an hour and a half to 3 hours of my life of just like... Toss.
It's torture.
Toss. And that's as fast as I can go.
And I mean, it wouldn't suck so bad if, like, we had central air, or we weren't getting poisoned by the toxic fumes coming from the four-wheelers that are constantly being revved in the garage.
Yeah.
But
no, the dishes thing, that sucks. Like, that's like the worst thing ever.
I mean, having a dishwasher seems to be such a normal thing.
It's such a normie thing, man.
A normie thing? Yeah, for sure. And it's like, you don't realize how convenient it is to have something until you don't have it. Which is, I mean, totally, I mean, that's so obvious and such a cliche to say.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what you're missing until it's gone type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this one really hurts. Like, it sucks so bad. I mean, especially from, you know, coming from, like, a household where Ryan really likes to cook. So there's always dishes and there's always something to be cleaned.
Eating ramen, or we're eating something pretty intricate.
Or we're eating, like, a 9-course meal.
There's, like, really no in-between.
There's no in-between for us.
Crazy.
So... yeah, we really feel that on the daily. It's really painful, and
tough.
I hate it.
And people are like, why don't you buy the little dishwasher on Amazon for $239.99? Because when we move, I don't want to take it with me, okay? Come on! Why don't you sell it on Craigslist? Because no one's gonna buy a tiny dishwasher on Craigslist.
God.
You could just leave it there. Yeah, and be out $239.99.
Yeah.
Skirt.
Oh, we're gonna die.
No, I wish though.
We're gonna die.
It's my one rant and rave.
No, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
It's been a struggle for 2 years, 2.5 years now. It's been tough.
We just need to move. I think it's about time we just cut our losses.
Maybe.
Set the place on fire and just deuces.
Is this a Ferrari or is this a Lamborghini behind me? What do you think? Comment down below.
That's a Lambo, I think, right?
Lambo.
What's the symbol for Lamborghini?
Lamborghini is yellow.
Yep, it is.
Right, with like a.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
With like with a bull on it. It's a yellow with. Oh, actually.
Ooh, yes, girl. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. Real nice.
Real nice. Oh, they're trying to get behind us because they want to be on the Car Ride Convos Podcast, Exotic Car Vice City Edition, baby.
Yeah, what the hell?
This is so Vice City today. It's crazy.
It is. It's really weirding me out.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
Wild.
This guy's probably so rich because he's part of the Globetrotters.
Oh, maybe.
Probably get huge paychecks, you know?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's pretty wild.
Who is that?
I don't know. Oh my God, the Lambo hit them.
Oh.
He
Vice City, baby!
He didn't have it in gear, man. This is crazy. What a crazy situation. If you see the Dunkin' Donuts Center, give me...
Oh, it was behind us.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, and this guy's going to hit us with his garbage can.
Great.
Man.
It's ridiculous.
What is going on?
I have no idea.
Providence is turnt tonight.
It is turnt. It's turnt as heck.
As heck.
It's hecking tonight.
Heck.
Where do we park?
Are you guys saying the Globetrotters? Help!
Help us!
Help us! I just didn't want to be like on the other side of the highway because
Right, we could get killed
we could.
by a Lamborghini who doesn't know how to drive and roll over us with their tiny little car.
In Vice City, I think anything can happen.
Dude, this is so Vice City right now.
I know. Are these little 5-year-olds going to see the Globetrotters? And then those teenagers that are like, Mom, I want to see this.
Mom, this is so lame, dude.
And here we are like, that sounds like a video game now. I don't know what the. I'll have to look it up.
You have to look
what
it up
the song
after.
is.
Totally.
I feel like that's what the song is.
Welcome to the Rhode Island Convention Center parking facility. Please press the blue button for a ticket or use your pass card.
No, thank you. Close. Can I really park here, right here?
I was kind of close.
Right?
I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
See.
Well, with that song, we are going to conclude the Car Ride Convos Podcast 10th podcast.
Yeah.
That's the end. Let's make sure we get some lights up in here.
Ooh.
That is going to be the end of the 10. Incredible.
Totally incredible.
What a run. What a run.
What a run.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Car Ride Convos. I can't even talk anymore.
Car Ride Convos Podcast.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Let's do something really cool.
Okay.
Let's take this. Let's go inside. You guys are going to come with us.
Oh my god.
You guys are going to...
This is getting crazy.
I know. You guys want to...
Scared.
I know. This is uncharted territory. Uh-oh. This is probably breaking the 4th podcast wall, you think, maybe?
Is that how that works?
I don't know. Let's do this thing. Let's go. Things are getting topsy-turvy at Caillou's house. Level 1.
Oh, level 1.
So we were back. You were reading improperly.
I'm sorry. I just...
You've misled us. How dare you? Don't get hit. Shoot.
Vice City, man.
Vice City.
Anything can happen.
What can happen in Vice City, Kristen?
Anything. Let's go, Generals! Let's go, Generals! Nobody? I'm not a basketball expert, but that may be a violation of some kind, I think. How was it?
So exciting.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm I'm pretty bummed that the Generals lost, but besides that, I mean, you know,
so close.
They were really lost by only 2 points. Not bad. So how was it? Was it worth it?
For being free tickets to it, then yes.
Definitely. I loved it. Oh, we did it. We did it. We made it. That's kind of important for us. You hungry?
Starving.
Are you really?
Yeah, are you not hungry?
I mean, kind of, yeah. I got an idea, so don't worry about it. We are on Dyke Street for hot wieners. Excited for hot wieners?
Hell yeah.
I love hot wieners. Gotta go hot wieners. So like the beef on it, that's what they call like the hot dog sauce.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
You okay with that? It'd be dope. Well, that was really stinking good. You dying?
Full hot wieners.
Are you? So am I. No homo. Nick calls it.
Good day.
Good day.